It fell off the roof of my car.
It fell out of my backpack.
Oh, it fell off my grocery cart.
I tossed it to a really clumsy friend.
I tripped while jogging.
My 2-year-old had a temper tantrum.
It bounced down 2 flights of stairs.
No matter how you broke your smartphone, there's only one smart way to fix it. Batteries plus bulbs.
I dropped it on the floor, and he stepped on it.
Schedule your repair at batteriesplus.com.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist. Welcome to Not Your Demographic.
Man, you really get thrown if I don't start it.
Well, I was like, oh wait, we have to do the intro because we're just now
Time
starting
travelers.
to record the podcast.
We're time travelers.
Yes.
So after we do this, mess of an intro, we have an interview with our friend from Twitter, DEO. It's great.
Yeah.
We think we've not recorded it yet. I don't know how time works.
Yeah, weird.
Whatever, it's great. And then we're going to do normal stuff. I don't know. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Taya shirt that I got when I went to see that Lucha Libre Total show. It's got brass knuckles on it. It's pretty sweet.
It's dope. I'm wearing my Little Miss Bliss shirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I like it. So if you don't follow us on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, I guess I actually haven't posted it to Instagram, Twitter or Tumblr, Erin and I are doing a wrestle shirt challenge where we wear a wrestling shirt every day, a different wrestling shirt every day of January.
Yep.
That different does not mean that we wear a different wrestler every day necessarily.
I might.
You might be able to. I don't think I can.
Yeah, I think I might be able to. I don't know. I'm also going boy girl right now.
I tried to, but then I fucked it up.
Mm.
But it will be at least a different shirt. And we'll attempt to do different wrestlers, but mine will probably have some repeat wrestlers, but they will all be different shirts.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. But we're posting photos of them on our Tumblr, so make
Yeah.
sure you check that out.
Yeah, we talk about what we wear every week, and so now you can kind of actually see what they look like.
No, it won't be all of the merch that we have because we have more than 30 days each.
Yeah, exactly. I have not enough to do 2 months. Just barely.
Yeah, I can do a month and a half. And I'm also counting sweatshirts and shirts that I don't like to wear.
Yeah, I'm counting all of my tank tops, too. I have like 10 of those.
Well, I've counted my tank tops. My tank tops count.
Yeah, I wear them all the time.
I'm going to do like a mini post. I think I can do a week of wrestling accessories.
Ooh.
Because I have like goggles and socks and jewelry. I think I could do a week of accessories.
I might be able to do something like that. I've got like a lunchbox, and I could probably do a week of fucking koozies, to be honest.
That's really funny. I only got my trusty Brie.
Yeah, all right.
Trusty baby Brie. How was your week?
It was really good. I had the craziest thing happen to me last night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you think you should talk about that? Like, are you getting it like appraised or anything?
Yeah, but we checked into the pricing of it. It's not quite as much as I thought it was worth. But
Okay.
Okay. So my Michael's family came in, and we had like our last Christmas and for the season.
Last Christmas.
Oh.
I know, it's sad.
No.
It's sad.
Oh, sad. Oh no. Michael's family came in, and his grandma passed away a couple of years ago, and at the time Michael went and like picked out some of the stuff that he wanted, and he picked out these 2 paintings, and we finally got them. We worked it out that Linda, his aunt, his grandma's daughter, could bring them to us. And I unwrapped them, and we were looking at them, and I was looking at the backs, the certificates of authenticity.
Certificate of authenticity.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I tried to say it a bunch of times last night. It was like, nope, mush mouth, can't say these words.
I got you.
But I was looking at the back, I was looking at the front of it, and I was like, man, this is really beautiful. That signature looks really familiar. And I turned it over, and I was reading the certificate, and I was like, this is a fucking Salvador Dali piece. And I was like, Linda, do you know that this is a thing that you just gave us? And she was like, oh yeah, it's a reproduction. And I was like, no. original painting of, it's a woodcut of the Tree of Punishment, but it's a signed piece that was, it's in its original framing and has its certificate with it. So we're gonna get it appraised, and it's probably worth like $3,000.
You sell it?
I don't know. That we were like, what's the line? How much does this have to be worth that we would be willing to sell it? Because like,
it means something.
right, exactly. And like, but at the same time, his grandma would like 100% be like, yeah, sell that bitch off 100%. Do you guys? She's like not a sentimental person at all. And like, her husband was the one that loved Dolly, and apparently his Aunt Linda has she's like, well, I have this other one in my office. I just thought it was a reproduction. And I was like, you should probably check.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that you have an original Dolly, so you should, just maybe check a little bit.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's a woodcut of the Tree of Punishment if you want to look it up. It's very pretty. So I'm very excited about it. So yeah, that just like popped into my life yesterday. It was
That's
really weird.
Funny. Oh, how
So,
was your New Year's? Happy New Year's,
Oh yeah,
everybody.
Happy New Year's, everybody! My New Year's was great. I went to bed at 11:30 and did absolutely nothing. It was awesome. I watched Hail Caesar for the first time, which was awesome, and I absolutely loved. If you like cheeky stuff about old Hollywood, you should definitely watch Hail Caesar. And if you like the Coen Brothers, you should watch that movie.
I produced a show for the worst people.
Oh no!
I mean, the type of people who go to a fancy ass hotel in like, I don't know, I think technically River North for New Year's are obviously trash people. There were some nice ones. But there was this one couple, so like it was like a rolling show, so there were times when I wasn't doing anything, but I was like standing in line to get a drink, and these like four assholes, like these two guys and two girls, like picture like douches, you got it. They were like making fun of what was happening on stage. Like Ray Ray was like walking on glass and like doing burlesque on glass, and it was dope, and they were like making fun of it, and I was like, fuck you guys. Like, he was like, oh, I can do that. And I was like, oh, really? You can walk on glass, you dickbag? No, you can't. Can you do the splits on glass? No, you can't. And then after the show, they were like, hi, can we get a picture? Because we were taking a picture with this older couple who was nice. And they were like, hi, we love the show. And I literally wanted to be like, oh, you did? Did you? Did you know that I was in line with you? But instead, I just photobombed their photo with a bunch of middle fingers. I was like really cute, and then it was just like, fuck you guys. It's like, have fun looking at that, dick bags. I think I am done working on New Year's.
Dude, I can't believe you still work on New Year's.
I make good money on New Year's, and sometimes it's fun. Like the show at the House of Blues is pretty fun because it's smaller. Yeah. But this is like this giant room. I did like chase or check down. This guy was like, "You're supposed to perform till this time," and I was like, "Bitch, no, I wasn't. You want to look at my contract?" Which isn't a real contract, but I was like, "Do you want to look at this email chain?" And I was like, "You will be giving me my check now." And he was like, and I was like, "Thanks." And I like grabbed the check out of his hand.
Damn, good for you.
I'm sorry. You don't tell me. It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Give me my money."
Yeah.
But the people on the show were good, and I had a good time spending it with the people. And at midnight, like everybody had gone into the main room because the way it worked is like it was a hotel, and every room had like a different thing. So by the midnight count, there was barely anybody in our room because everyone was in the main ballroom, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. So at midnight, we were just being dicks. There was like a confetti cannon, and then we were just doing like shitty snow angels with the confetti, and we were throwing it and like just screaming. One really drunk guy tried to get on stage, and he like laid down, and I just started taking my heels and stepping them really close to his face, and then he like backed up, and I just stepped near his face until he slid off the stage, and I was like, "Don't get on the stage." I had like had it at that point. I was like, "I'm ready to put a heel through your hand." Get off. Oh. Monster stung him off the stage. Sometimes I do things that in retrospect I'm like, you really just did that?
Yeah, that's I mean, at the same time, like, you just experience it so often because you...
And there are times when I'm like, why didn't you do something? Because, like, I do experience shit like that all the time. One guy I was performing, and one guy, like, tried to, like, dance in front of the stage, and I was just, like, ignoring it because I was like, I'm not gonna... It's not the type of number that I can, like, go fuck with him, and also I don't want to give him the gratification. But then he immediately fell. And I was like, yeah, that's what you get, dick. That's why you're not on stage. Get off. Stupid.
What an idiot.
I mean, we got paid well and, like, whatever. It was just, like, it took forever to get our ballet out. Though Mark did chase Helena down the hall with a scorpion in front of a bunch of cops, and I was like, Mark, put the scorpion away. And he was like, what? It's my scorpion. I'm a magician. I was like, put the scorpion away. There are a bunch of cops out. I don't think you're supposed to have a scorpion out.
Oh my god, what an idiot.
He was like, oh yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
He did a great job. Mark the Knife did a great job hosting. Everyone in the show did a really good job.
Yeah.
It was just like, it's just performing
New
for
Year's Eve
shitty people
sucks.
on New Year's.
Yeah, like being out on New Year's Eve, any place that a person had to pay to get there, they're a dick.
My favorite New Year's Eve was when I went to a concert. It was a small concert at Logan Square Auditorium. It was like not that many people, and it was literally just like dancing.
Yep.
That was fun.
Two best New Year's I've ever had. I saw Masked Intruder, I think it was 3 years ago now, in the Beat Kitchen, which is like a really small venue.
Cool.
It was super fun. And then the year before that, I saw the Masked Intruders open for the Lawrence Arms, which was also super dope. And that was like a huge room with a bunch of people in it. And like it got to midnight and all the balloons dropped, and we were like, all right, well, I guess we're just gonna keep raging for like another hour. It was super fun.
We saw Mukapatsa, which is like a
oh yeah.
so it was super fun.
That would be
even
so
though like
fun.
later I learned that they were super dicks, but
I mean, I'm not
at
super
the time it
surprised
was
by
fun.
that. The
And it was
music
the
is
first
fun.
time the first time that I saw Shun, which is that band that I used the Woman song for.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was fucking dope.
I
Seeing
fucking
Shun
love that song.
on New Year's Eve, fucking dope.
That's dope.
It was so dope. Also, look up Shun. It's spelled Ssion, like oppression, but Shun. They're fucking dope.
Mm. Yep. Super awesome.
In T-Ways news.
I don't know.
Cool. Who cares? Basically, we talk about a lot of stuff with DEO. The things that we didn't talk about ROH. I would watch it this week. They are playing stuff from their UK tour. This week is 3 matches. It's Will Ospreay versus Bobby Fish for the title, Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll versus the Young Bucks for the tag title, and then Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay for the ROH title. So it's basically just a Marty Scurll and Will Ospreay show, and it's dope AF.
Awesome. Into both of those things.
So like definitely worth watching ROH this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, the Hardy New Year was basically just a recap of all the Hardy stuff, but there were some pretty nice vignettes. Matt Hardy released Brother Nero's soul back to him.
Oh, that's nice.
He was
of
like,
him.
"You're troubled because you're so full of all these different characters, because like Itchwig and Willow and Brother Nero," and so he was like, "Have your soul back, be unbroken." And then the volcano revealed the sex of the new Hardy baby, and it is a boy. A boy to build a new generation of broken Hardys. Whatever, it was silly. Also, Vanguard 1 is clearly an alcoholic. Vanguard 1 is so funny. There was a time when he told, he said, "Pour me another, bro. I want to get lit," or something like that.
No.
It's so funny. And then he was trying to drive his little self, and then he fell off the road, and Matt Hardy was like, "Vanguard 1, are you drunk?" And Senior Benjamin was like, "No, he's not drunk." He was like, "He reeks of alcohol, but he's not drunk." So Vanguard 1 is like an alcoholic, I guess, who loves to say, "Let's get lit."
Okay.
And he likes to say AF a lot. This drink is good AF. Anyways, I love Vanguard 1 more than anything, I think.
God. I fucking love it. That's amazing.
Yeah. I know probably a lot of people are over it, but like, I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm not over it. I don't think I will be over it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think it's great.
NXT this week was their Osaka show.
Yes.
I watched half of it. I plan on watching the rest. It's worth watching, but I mean, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
But there was a good match between not the revival, between DIY and Tajiri and Tozawa.
Oh, okay.
Is that how you say his name?
Tozawa?
Yeah.
Yes.
My brain just shut it, like, for a second. I was like, it's Tozawa, right?
Yes, it is.
That was really good. And then there's the Asuka and Naya match. And there's some other good matches in there, too. And then this week, or next week, whatever, they're playing the Melbourne show. And then they're going to play the cage match in full. So I'll probably watch NXT if I have time, but, like, it's not a priority
not my
right
priority. One thing on my priority, Wrestle Kingdom 11 happened.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did you watch it?
I have no.
It aired at 4 a.m. right?
3 in the morning, and I was like, absolutely not, cannot stay up for this. I will be tired as fuck. But I heard that the Omega Okada match was fucking incredible. I heard people say seriously that it was the best match they had ever seen.
What?
And
I want to watch that.
Okada said afterwards, he was like, it's the only time in my life I ever thought during a wrestling match that I was actually going to die.
What?
Yeah, so
somebody asked me if I was gonna watch Wrestle Kingdom, and I was like, look, like I like New Japan, but like I don't watch as much as other people. Like I don't really understand a lot of it. I don't want to pay for a pay-per-view at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
But like afterwards, I will watch the matches that people say I should watch, and like now I obviously have to watch that one.
Yep, that's probably what I'm gonna do Saturday afternoon. So
That sounds great.
yes.
How was the AEW show?
It was really fucking weird. It was maybe the weirdest AEW show.
Didn't the ring break?
Yeah, the fucking turnbuckle snapped in half. It was the weirdest thing. Like Chris Hero was running the ropes and he hit it and it just fucking snapped.
That's
it was
so
the
nuts.
weird. Like I legitimately do not think it was Chris Hero's fault. Like I don't think that it's like, oh, he's fat and he broke the rope. I legit think it was just an old turnbuckle, and I think it's a fucking miracle it didn't break when Michael Elgin was standing on it. Like, and fucking Drew Galloway was like banging all up against the
Did Drew
ropes,
Galloway look real hot?
Yeah. I mean, he looked
Yeah.
normal levels.
How
of
were
hot.
Heidi and Kimber's like farewells?
Good. It was really good. So the rope broke, and then they took intermission, and then they had another match, and then Heidi and Kimber were after that. Heidi was like standing next to me in the crowd when the rope broke, and she just started flipping out, like trying to like obviously remain calm, but at the same time be like, my fucking last indie show, my retirement match is tonight, is after this, and watching her like pace back and forth like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yikes.
It was just so crazy, and like watching them have to like reset it was bananas. Like, it was just Kimber gave like a short speech where she was like, I just want to say thank you, but this is Heidi's house, and so I just want to say thank you and goodbye. And
Oh, that was nice.
yeah, it was really great. And Kimber Heidi gave a really nice speech, and it was like, this is my last show. I wanted it to be here, and like, of course, on my last show, the fucking rope's gonna break. Like, it was great. I cried, obviously.
Abs.
Yeah, it was really great. And Hero gave a nice speech after his match, too, where he was like, there's a lot of people who are trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out, I guess. And I was like, oh, no, oh, God. Oh, news! We found out Chris Hero and Rachel Ellering are a couple.
Yeah, they look so cute together.
I know, they're adorable. I really like them. I was really surprised and was like, I love this, I guess.
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah, I like them a lot together. So, hooray, congratulations to both of them.
Yay.
What else happened at AEW? Sami Callihan fought Phoenix for the title. Apparently it was Phoenix's birthday, and Sami Callihan gave a nice speech afterwards where he was like, I won the title on my birthday from you, and now we're having this match, and I just wanted to say that I really respect you, and
Ooh, that seems out of character.
Here's the thing. He gives this really nice speech, and he's like, it's your birthday, and I just wanted to say that I respect you, and he went to shake his hand, and then he beat the shit out of him. But it was like, obviously, like, this is me actually saying this to you. And then afterwards, when he was like kicking the shit out of him.
Fucking Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
He was like kicking the shit out of him. He was like, I don't respect anybody. And it was really great. And then Homicide came out.
Ugh.
And he'd been out once earlier in the evening and had
Why do
won a
people
match.
like him?
He's not my demographic. I get that. And it's
But
like,
he also isn't that good.
He's okay. It's whatever. I can deal with him in like tag matches. I don't particularly care for him as a singles wrestler. So he comes out and he is like the Sami Callihan's whole crew's up there. What's their name? Killer something.
Ohio is for killers.
Yeah.
The Killer Cult.
Killer Cult. Yeah, that's what it was. Killer Cult's all out there, and Homicide comes out and he like throws everybody over, and then he starts like trash talking. He's like, the Killer Cult is just a bunch of cunts. And I was like, oh, that was rough. Like, it was weird because it was like, okay, this seems like sort of appropriate, and it's like, I'm glad you're saying this to them and not to a woman, otherwise this would feel like super weird. And then he was like, y'all are just a bunch of homos, and everyone started to boo.
Good.
It was like, I was surprised. I was surprised by how immediate the reaction was and how quickly
There were a lot of women in that crowd.
Yeah, and
there were a lot of chill dudes in that crowd.
yeah, and I'm sure there's a bunch of gay dudes who go there too, and like it's shitty to hear that like so directly, especially in a place that is like presented as such a safe space too.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so he said that, and he was like, you guys are a bunch of homos, and everyone started to boo, and he just, like, sort of, like, tripped up a little bit and just, like, kept going, and was like, I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna teach you guys a lesson, and blah, 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 and said he called them homos another time, and then called them faggots, and it
So
was,
he just doubled down.
yeah, I think that he panicked. I honestly think that he just panicked, and was like, it's like, people describe Tourette's as like, you're not supposed to say something and then you can't not say it.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, where he was just like, he just panicked and was like, I just gotta throw this in because like, I don't know if he felt like they're booing the killer cult or like, it was just so awkward.
Weird.
It was so weird, and like everyone was talking about it as they left, and it was like, I mean, you have to file out past the merch table, so like all of those wrestlers were there watching people leave going like, what the fuck was that? Fuck this. And so immediately afterwards, like 2 a.m, Homicide recorded a apology that AEW posted, and he was like, I understand that what I said was wrong.
Good.
I apologize if I offended anyone. I don't hate anyone. I hate the killer cult. But I actually kind of liked it because it felt very much like, it made me think of when Andy Kaufman died and Jerry Lawler cut a promo where he was like, I don't really want to talk about him because I always hated that guy, but they were like really good friends in like actual life.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like to me, where Homicide was like, I'm just gonna try and make this a thing with wrestling, and like I fucked up, but I'm just gonna keep this angle and I'm just gonna keep going as much as I
I
can.
still hate him.
Yeah, and like I was like,
Kudos for him for trying to make it better, but like
exactly.
the fact that you still thought it was okay to say homo and
Yeah, it was just so strange.
I'm
It was
so
very
proud
weird.
of that audience.
Yeah, I was too, honestly. It was really nice to be like, this is, okay, AEW does some shit sometimes, and sometimes there are some dicks who go to AEW, but it was nice to be like, oh, this crowd as a whole is like a good place.
That's good.
Yeah, so that was really nice, actually.
Yeah, most of my personal one-on-one interactions with strangers at AEW have been really good.
Yeah, me too.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Well, I probably won't be able to go to an AEW show till February. Yay!
Yay!
My life. But I'll be making that money.
It's true.
Let's get to our interview with DEO.
Yeah, enjoy.
Starting. We've done it.
Yay!
Fantastic. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We are here with our guest of this week, who we were supposed to have on like 3 weeks ago, but my computer exploded. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Yes. On the Twitters and whatnot, I am DEO. I say things about people. Oftentimes they are very mean, but they're always rooted in reality. So, yeah.
True. Me and DEO got trolled by Lana
Yeah.
together.
I got tagged in all of this.
It was amazing. And everything that you said was true.
I also love that she totally expected for us to be like, oh no, we're so sorry. And we both were like, look, what do you want us to do?
Supposed to do.
We weren't even that mean. We were just like,
It's not even the meanest thing either of you have ever said about her.
I know.
Exactly.
I was like, please do not scroll back through the rest of my feed.
I mean, it's like I said, she's a dork. After seeing Total Divas, her and Rusev are complete and utter dorks. Like
Her and Rusev, or however she says it.
Rusev, yeah.
I like that she doesn't have a fucking accent at all on the show, but she like is like, I'm gonna put an accent on his name. He is Bulgarian, okay?
Yes. Her mom's Rusev's mom is amazing though. Like, yes.
I mean, this is like maybe not the most like feminist thing to say on a female-run podcast, but like I watch Total Divas like probably like 85% for the like background dudes in the show. Like Big E is gold, all of Tyson Kidd is gold, Dean Ambrose is gold, Rusev is gold, Titus O'Neil is gold.
Absolutely gold. And the main character is just kind of like,
Like I like that, I enjoy the show. There are many things I like, but like,
yeah.
I will watch 45 minutes for a 5-minute Big E. And
Yeah.
be fine.
As much information as I can learn about John Cena's suit purchases, I'm in. Like, I'll just watch a show that's all that, to be honest.
I mean,
John
that's
Cena's
the
suit game is
diner.
absolutely atrocious. It is
I
so
love
bad that it's good.
He clearly spends so much money on these suits because he's got a ridiculous body that like no normal human has.
Right.
But he buys them in like the weirdest colors.
Yeah,
and he's
right.
like, you know what? I'm a millionaire. I don't care.
Like he walked out one day, I was like, holy shit, he looks like Joe Fixit version of the Incredible Hulk. I was like, I don't like this at all. What are you doing? What is this? You look like you have a Steve Harvey suit on. No, stop.
He does look like he has Steve Harvey suits on. I would like a show where they just like
Have a
talk
suit
about
on?
suits. Yeah, have a suit off. Ooh, him and Steve Hardy and then RuPaul too.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to add Bruce Buffer to that too, because he had whatever the fuck he had on at the UFC the other day was like some Liberace.
He always looks like Liberace.
But it was
those different. The lapels of his suit or of his tuxedo are always a different color than his actual jacket, and it's like you can tell he's like, this is how you tell I'm fancy, and really it's like he looks like a carnival barker. This
it's absolutely terrible.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But
so let's talk about what we're all here to talk about. Ronda Rousey got her ass.
yes!
She got washed. Like I knew she was gonna lose, but like she looked so bad. And then like at the end of the fight when they stopped
Never fought before.
Yeah.
right, yeah, like she looked like a toddler when you tell them that you can't do something. She just kind of stood there like shit.
I mean, that's still because like I was watching ESPN the next day because like I did not pay to watch this match because I don't
It was
really care
48
about.
seconds.
Well, I don't watch UFC generally. I just like kind of like pick up the scraps later. But we were watching on ESPN, and you know they can only show like stills, and there's a still shot of her with her arms like open, getting hit in the face, and I was like, look, I don't know shit about shit when it comes to UFC. I'm pretty sure your arms are not supposed to be at your sides.
No. Like it was all bad. Like from the beginning bell, the first jab that hit, I said, "Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Oh boo boo! No, no!"
Lasted longer than her.
CM Punk was better than Ronda Rousey.
Yes, flat out. Like
Her fight was.
Also, I know like I'm a poser, but I still kind of love him. So.
yeah.
I love him as a wrestler, okay? Just not as a person. I'm wearing a hoodie that I bought years ago, so nobody judge me. But also, I like him.
I mean, he's still fun on Twitter, so you know, every now and then.
And he is also one of the reasons why I started rewatching wrestling. So I like have a soft spot in my heart.
And like I'm gonna watch his next fight because I want to watch him get his ass kicked again. So
I thought he was having another fight.
Oh, he's definitely.
He's gonna have another fight.
Ronda's gone now. The UFC has one star, and it's Conor McGregor. And they also have CM Punk. Like, well, I guess we'll just throw this train wreck out there, and like people kind of like him anyway, so we'll just like deal with it. It's really funny to me that when they signed CM Punk so many years ago, it was because they desperately needed big names. And then like built a company that was too big for him with like Lesnar and Ronda and McGregor, and then Lesnar got popped, and then Ronda got her ass kicked, and they're like, oh fuck, now we need CM Punk again.
And like inside, like behind the scenes baseball thing. So after the UFC got bought, they got bought by WME IMG, and they had to take out a fuck ton loan out, and it was like however many $1 billion it was, and now it's time to pay that shit back. And you're going to start like, you know, they're gonna try to get Ronda back as badly as possible. You're gonna see CM Punk get like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 2 or 3 more fights. He'll get washed every time, but they need people to come. It's kind of like now how like the WWE always wants to bring back some old retired motherfucker to come through. Oh yeah, and that's what they're doing.
What's his name? Shawn Michaels is gonna be on Raw on Monday. Yeah. Or because he's in a new movie, I guess.
Yeah, another one of those like Sean and his lazy eye can fucking go somewhere.
Sean and his Jesus camo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean, his Jesus camo, his lazy eye, fucking all of it. It's terrible.
I can't remember her name, but I follow her on Facebook. The trans UFC fighter that Ronda Rousey was like such a dick to.
Fallon Fox.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fallon Fox's dick
was hilarious the day after Ronda Rousey got washed.
Yeah, of course. Like,
I mean, it was a little extra, but like I get it. Like Ronda talked a lot of shit about her, but her Facebook was extra.
Yeah, like with like the whole thing, like Fallon Fox, any like, so I had to deal with her stuff when it came to like I remember back in the day when I was like moderating on Bloody Elbow, and if there was a Fallon Fox post, holy fuck, it was of course there's the transphobia thing, but at the same time, Fallon Fox is a terrible person. Like she would come at people just like, okay, you're not exactly helping yourself or any of your brethren and sisters out here. This is just, it's not working. And she would come into the comment sections and just be like, oh, I'm going to have to ban her. No, I don't want to have to ban her. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it's really weird when the people that you commentate on like decide to like put themselves in the conversation, which sounds weird. Like obviously they should have a say kind of, but at the same time, like Angelina Jolie is not writing, the Sun Times because they gave her a bad review. Like,
right. Yeah.
Your opinion, you are putting entertainment out in the world and I'm allowed to have an opinion about it. Yeah. You don't get to yell at me.
Yeah.
And wrestlers and fighters are both very, very, very sensitive. We have found out, like we talked about Lana. Like the simple fact that she even found our thread was amazing.
Blocked just because they say his name. We're blocked by Izzy's dad.
Yeah, we are.
We don't do anything. They're like, fuck Izzy forever.
Fuck Izzy. Yeah. Like at first, my favorite thing of like the past like 4 years in pro wrestling was when Sasha Banks like just snatched that bow off Izzy's head and then threw it back at her.
I wish they hadn't given her flowers afterwards though, because that made it suck.
Like, I was like, oh my god, Sasha is just like nuclear level heel. This is amazing. And then you see on Instagram, oh, they gave each other flowers. No, fuck that.
Fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, I found out this week that I am being followed on Twitter by Ric Flair. Like
Ric Flair.
Actual Ric Flair. And I'm sure it's just like his assistant, but when I got the notification, I was like, why?
Right.
Why? I don't have any opinions about you that you would like. I like your daughter well enough. And also like, I guess I post like kind of nude photos because I'm a burlesque dancer, but like I feel like you're a judgy old man who probably would not like a lot of these photos. So like, why are you following me? It makes me so uncomfortable. I want to block Ric Flair.
If you want somebody, here's a Twitter hack. If you want somebody to unfollow you, but you don't want to actually block them, you block them and then immediately unblock them, and it drops their follow. But then you can still see their content.
I don't.
So if you want to,
but I kind of want like. If for some reason he is following me for a reason, I kind of just want to block him and be like, suck it, Ric Flair.
Alright, that's fair.
Yeah. Like Ric Flair in his fucking bad deadlifting form that he had posted on today. It's like, dude, you are going, like, sure, it's impressive that you lifted 400 pounds, but you are a 70-year-old man and your whole shit will just explode if you keep doing that shit wrong.
Yeah.
No more Space Mountain.
He also tweets about Space Mountain still, and it's weird. He's so old.
It's gross. Like,
of course.
like it's so gross. And like when the whole Halle Berry stuff, and then the fact that they even fucking asked about it on whatever WWE's new talk show with Peter Rosenberg was.
Same thing, right?
Oh,
yeah, that's something different.
Whatever it's called.
Watch a lot of the network that's not wrestling. Except for that Christian show, that's a funny show. It's a funny show.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
Did you watch it though?
I did, and I don't agree.
If you watched it and you have a different opinion, that's fine. So many people have an opinion, they didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, like I already had an opinion on Holy Foley before it came out, and when I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's trash. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't even try Holy Foley. I was like, no.
I don't care for that clown guy. So I was like, I don't want to watch this show.
And Frank the Clown.
Frank the Clown. I can't. No, yeah. It's all bad.
And also, like the whole like, Dad, maybe I'll be a wrestler, and he's like, don't.
Right.
Look at my body.
Right?
Don't be a wrestler.
I need a new hip that I can't pay for.
I can't pay for. Like, what is this?
Segue, but like, can we talk about Mick Foley's new hair and facial hair
It's so
arrangement?
bad. Why?
Oh boy.
It
Like-
makes him look so much older.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
It makes
Like-
him look like a guy trying to be young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, when I saw it, I was like, okay, this looks like the haircuts that they give down at like the homeless shelters, where it's just quick. We're just like zip, 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 zip. All right, next person, move on. Like it was, and I was like, I know you have money, Mick. I know you have money, and apparently he cut it himself. I was like, dude,
0% surprised by this.
He cut himself?
I thought
Yeah.
so.
and it's like, okay, there's already enough people with bad hair in the WWE, Alicia Fox, and like there's not enough room for you. And like it was just, and then the whole like he's lost a ton of weight, and like every vein and muscle in his neck was just rippling out, and I was like, okay, this is no.
At least he wasn't wearing whatever like fake suit thing that he was wearing the other day. He's like,
I'll take fake suit over sweatpants any day.
Yeah, I don't know. Sweatpants is just so Mick Foley though. Like that, he just wears
But
sweat.
like when you see him hobbling around the ring, it's like it's just all bad. It's
a skateboard for one of his feet.
Those scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just for one of his.
Yeah. Well,
like I'm sure they still have Zeb Coulter's hover around back there. Like let him scoot around on that thing.
That guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
Ah, yes, good old racist.
Oh God! Remember Mex America?
Mex America.
Make Mex America great again.
Mex. So we've had Mex America. We have the fucking Mexicools back in the day.
Oh.
Oh man.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Kai and Tai for the for the Asian. Like it was just all bad. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
WWE. Fuck
Anyway,
this company.
what did you think about Raw overall this week?
It wasn't as good as SmackDown.
Well, like obviously,
Yeah, like
Raw was like decent this week. I thought it was pretty solid. There was no point where I like actively like rolled my eye so hard that like I passed out. So that was new.
I rolled my eyes when like Stephanie was like, "We lost to SmackDown last week." I was like, "We don't care." Like,
That's the first time ever. Rating wars. Make it interesting.
Yeah. Well, that was my complaint about the episode is that we have this whole like ratings war thing happen. But we've seen like every single match that they did on Raw this week at least once,
right.
which
That's
is
fair.
and like they were all good and I enjoyed them, but I don't think there was a single new matchup. I don't remember one.
I think that's fair. No, there was a new matchup: Titus O'Neil versus Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah.
Which the lead up to that was the best thing on.
The lead up to that was
From this
so
show.
good. That was the best part.
Like I was laying on the couch, like my abs. I didn't need to do an ab workout yesterday or on Monday because that shit had me dying.
I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
More
Titus
shit
is
like that
dancing.
from Titus.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Also, more Xavier Woods wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, and he's been super strong lately, and I'm really excited about it. I
And
think
he's
it's
a
good.
really good wrestler. I
Really
think
good wrestler.
forget that, especially people who just know him as the New Day guy,
Right.
because he seems like the weak link because it's always Kofi and Big E wrestling. But Xavier is. Remember that match he had with AJ Styles? Like it was just like kind of a
yeah.
random match. That was
Yeah,
a phenomenal. I know match.
pun intended. Like, yeah, no, like it was like he is probably the best all around wrestler in that group. Like Kofi's cool and he does like flashy shit, but Xavier's like just the most technical out of all of them. So
Absolutely,
I
and
agree.
he does it in those shoes.
yes, he does it in the Iron Sheik curled over elf shoes. That's even better. Yeah.
I did think, I know it's stuff that we've heard and seen before, and they're leading to the Rumble, and we're going to hear it a bunch of times, but I thought that Kevin Owens and Jericho in the opening segment were particularly funny this week.
Well, they're always funny.
Like, what have you been calling yourself? Sexy pinata. Oh, yeah, a pinata. A sexy pinata.
Yeah.
Sexy pinata.
Like it's so everything that they've done has been like good, and for the longest time I was like, yo, Jericho needs to fucking go home. Like he can take his fucking Bon Jovi hair and his shitty tattoos,
Undead scarf, and his
his bunch of scarf, you know, his vest with no shirt on with the weird caved-in chest thing in the middle. Take his ass fucking on tour, Fozzy. But then all of a sudden, he went back to being WCW Jericho. And I was like, thank you. I like this very much, and I'll have more. But it's getting to the point now to where it's like, okay, I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to run with this. It was almost kind of like with Ellsworth, how like we were, oh, Ellsworth, it's, you know, it's something new and interesting.
Yeah.
And now it's like, go home, Roger. Go home.
But not with Carmella.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I know at this point I honestly don't even need a Kevin and Jericho breakup. I like need some kind of storyline where like Jericho just like can't be there anymore or like disappears or something and it's just Kevin on his own. Like it would like a storyline where like Roman Reigns takes out Jericho and Jericho is unable to come for a couple weeks.
That's what I was thinking too. Or like to go on tour with his band, be like, Roman put me out for 3 months and I couldn't wrestle. And really, we know that he's on tour, but like storyline wise, he put me out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a good step too, that it won't get to the Ellsworth point, but they have to find like an end point sometime soon.
Yeah, I hope they figure out something to do at the Rumble. I mean, he's going to be a sexy pinata, which... I mean, I love that Jericho in the past like 6 months has turned so many throwaway lines into like the list is a throwaway line.
Oh yeah,
right.
And now it's like got a shirt or whatever.
It's got a shirt. Yeah. Then again, Ellsworth has a shirt. So
that's true. I saw someone saying on Twitter the other day. I don't remember who it was now, but they were like, Jericho. How can you say that Jericho's not the greatest? He has gotten 2 list gimmicks over 20 years apart from each other because he had the which is hilarious and people still talk about and now he's gotten also over the list of Jericho. Like, dude is the best. He really is the GOAT. He really is.
I mean, no, like he is definitely like in the top 5 talkers of all time. Jericho's up there. Like, period.
The moment he retires, he's going into the Hall of Fame. Like
he has to. Unless he like pulls like a Hulk Hogan or some shit.
I thought you were gonna say unless he pulls a Benoit, which is also true, but
whoa.
Okay, well, let's hope for the best for Jericho.
Yes. Yeah.
All around.
I agree.
Moving on.
Sorry.
You just derailed that completely. I don't know. I can't muster anything up to care about Seth Rollins right now, which makes me sad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like I guess
I love him.
Yeah.
But I don't care right now. And that's
I think he needs to start coming out with like a man bun. That might help. But like other than that, like it's like I don't care about the Shield shit. I don't care about like Reigns doesn't care about it either because he fucking comes out dragging a title behind his back like it's like a sack of potatoes.
Out for his last segment, I was like, oh no.
What he doesn't give a fuck.
Kidding me?
Just give it to Jericho.
I literally
that.
Like that, or just give it to Braun. Something. Anything.
Something.
Yeah.
And, like, I get that we're building to Rollins and Triple H, and that will be cathartic and a payoff, and it will be a good match, but, like, this, like, I mean, we know that something's going to happen at the Rumble with Triple H and Rollins. Something's going to happen. We know it. So, like, let's stop pretending. Let's stop doing the Shield thing.
Yeah.
And then Roman's just there because they're like, yeah, Roman's a main event guy. So just put him in there. Just stupid. Anyways, Kevin Owens and Jericho are doing what they can to save this.
So
I thought it was super weird that Cesaro and Carl Anderson had a match that wasn't a tag match.
I don't know. I like when they don't do the exact same tag match over and over.
I guess that's fair. It just felt weird that like Sheamus was on commentary and
it was weird that Sheamus was on commentary and not at ringside. I thought that he should have been down there.
But then he got up because he was like, "Oh, I gotta go defend my bud,
my brother."
Yeah. But like, I do like the fact that they actually gave those two some spotlight because they are two really great workers. So like, that's the silver lining for that. But it was like,
it's building to like a feud between them, and instead of like it just rebuilding to a feud with New Day, I mean, Carl Anderson won, so like there's reason because of like interference with Sheamus or whatever. But there's like reason for this feud to continue instead of just like who's next.
Right, exactly. And like they want the club to be powerful, and I think that they have also like realized that they booked them like absolute dog shit for so long.
Yes,
so,
I think they realized that the club and AJ are not the same thing, where they brought in AJ and they like booked him pretty good at the beginning, and then they kind of booked him okay, but then they were like, oh, it's AJ, he can kind of carry this, and AJ's, you know, become the star that we all knew that he would. And I think they thought just because the Bullet Club was like a part of that they could ride that same wave, and they just can't.
Yeah. They gave them terrible, boring writing and took away everything that was exciting about the club when they were in Japan, that they were huge fucking monster dicks and were like, like shit all over everybody all the time. Were horrible cheaters. Like, they just like stripped all of that, and they were like, but you know their names, so that's okay.
Yeah,
it's still worth it.
I do love that the New Day now, when they do their announcement, instead of saying like, you know, your longest reigning or your champs, they're just like, your longest reigning. Like, they don't even need the belt. They're like, we got it. We don't even need the belts, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah,
because it's part of their whole like entrance, and I like that they like adapted. I mean, they're New Day, they adapt, but like
all the time. Like the fact that they adapted from that old bullshit gospel thing.
Oh, they kept that like
they made it work.
background video for a really long time too, even when their characters were changed. I was like, are we gonna change this background video? They kept it for an absurdly long time. And now it's like unicorns and rainbows and like whatever.
Yeah.
But it was gospel for a while.
It was for a long time, and it was like every time I saw it, I was just like, I've got hives. This shit is bad.
Anytime they do those like really long prepping video packages, it like the initial gimmick I feel like never works.
Never works.
It only works if the people like the New Day like transform it and make it their own. Right. I think that's what's going to happen to Emelina. That's exactly what happened to Kurt Hawkins.
Emelina.
I know. I know.
It's been like 6 months now, I guess. Like
she got over a gimmick. What was it? Ismeen has tiny gloves, has a friend.
And that's all it was. It fucking worked.
I have faith in Emma. She can do it.
That's true. I will say the most I have ever liked Michael Cole in all of my time watching WWE was this week when Corey Graves said, Emelina, I could wait till 2018 for that. And Michael Cole said, you might have to. Yeah.
It's that whole.
He has moments.
He has moments, but then the rest of the time, like, you know, Vince has his hand entirely up his rectum and is just controlling him like a puppet. So, yeah.
My background right now on my like screensaver is Emma having Paige like pulled back by the hair, about to throw her into a turnbuckle at WrestleMania, and it's super dope.
Yes. Tiny gloves, Emma is the best.
Tiny gloves, Emma, forever.
Like the first time I saw them, I was like, okay, how exactly does this shit work? Is the gloves too small? I don't get it.
Somebody who has tiny gloves for a burlesque number, they like are anchored by your thumb.
Yeah, I've got big hands, so that shit would not work. Like,
I mean, you just have to get them custom made.
Yeah.
Can you custom made tiny Emma gloves? Why are you gonna cosplay Emma?
No. I'll cosplay Emma, Nia Jax though. That's yeah.
That would be pretty
You just have to like cover all of your body and then just put like a little thing on your eyes, and then you just cosplay Nia's close up.
Yeah. Like I want to get, I'm not like most girls shirt, but like all of WWE shirts are like made for people, for guys, they're just made for dudes that are shaped like cereal boxes. So I haven't done it. Like
yes,
it's the fucking worst.
They've gotten a lot better at their women's shirts. Like their women's shirts, like my Alexa Bliss shirt is fitting me in the right size. Like, but like I got an AJ Lee shirt from years ago, and it like, I just keep it in my pajama drawer to keep it. Yeah. Wear it. And I know I have it, and it makes me happy because I like AJ Lee, but like I can never wear it.
Right. And it's like they do like athletic fit stuff for like a special edition Cesaro shirt or something like that. But then the rest, you just have like the one size fits all starter Walmart shirt, and it's just like, fuck you guys. shit.
Yeah. They really are not great at merch. But don't worry, we're still going to buy everything.
Yeah,
Because we have a problem.
Yeah, it's true.
Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn in a last man standing match.
Yes.
It was awesome.
It was awesome,
So
but
good.
like I don't understand what I really enjoyed the match. But I don't understand where Sammy goes at all from here.
Well, I think Sammy is set up as like the ultimate underdog. Like that's what they want. They want you to. They did this with him before in NXT, where it was like you kind of have to watch him lose to a bunch of people to be like,
That's fair.
oh man, they really shit on this guy all the time, and then when he finally wins, it's going to be very exciting.
They're
And, like,
Daniel Bryan.
yeah, exactly. I think he's the right person for that kind of
That's
role.
fair.
And it also made Braun look great. Sammy made Braun look great. And
But
like,
Sammy also made Braun look like there is a possibility to take him down.
Right,
So like
yeah.
if it does lose, it won't be
Like it was
as
like it was that right. It was like the perfect balance. So it made Sammy look tough as hell, but then it still made Braun look like a fucking monster. And like she said, this is Sammy's thing. So Sammy got killed by Cesaro. Sammy got killed by Kevin Owens. Sammy got killed by Neville. Sammy got killed by Corey Graves. Sammy got killed by like everybody on the NXT roster. So, you know, and then he got killed by Nakamura in the last match too. So like, you know, this is Sammy's thing. So
for like a little bit, didn't he?
for like a hot second, Kevin Owens was like, "That's mine now."
Yeah.
so like it's a good balance. And like it was a good match because Braun is Braun. Like he's one of those wrestlers where he's not working. So they're not working together. The person is working with him because he's still limited as hell. But it works. Like at first, when it first happened, and it was just squash match after squash match after squash match, and I was like, oh, okay, it's one of these again. But you know, slowly it's become a thing, and it actually works properly now. So I just want him to kill Reigns, just
Me
Yeah.
too.
Right.
just kill Reigns, and
I
we're
just
good.
I mean, it seems so pointless to say this, but I just want Roman Reigns to be a bad guy. Everything
Exactly. Yeah.
everything they do with him would work if he was just a bad guy.
I know.
Like I just want Braun to come out one day and just like Bane versus Batman, break Roman Reigns back, and then Reigns is gone for a while, and then they bring him back, and he's bad Reigns, and it would be fantastic.
It would be great. Here's a side note because I've been reading a lot of comics because I've been catching up. There's a recent comic book of Batman where Bane breaks Batman's back and then puts him in a cell, and then Batman punches 4 holes in the wall, and then hangs himself up backwards, and then unbreaks his back.
Unbreaks his back. Yeah, and there was
What was that? I literally had to read the panels, like the pages, like twice. I was like, did he just unbreak his back?
unbroke his back.
And then
Like
just like fine.
yeah, Batman. Like the rules for Batman, especially amongst his not fans, fanatics, is just like Batman can do fucking anything ever.
But it's
So it's like,
comic, maybe it wasn't the same comic. I was reading a lot of them at the same time. But like in a comic written at the same time, I think like Robin was like, I mean, it's noble because he's just a man. Like, but
Like-
he broke his back.
yeah, like you can't just like that's not how this shit works.
Your shoulder got knocked out of place. You can't unbreak your back.
Right. It's like
Back is broken. How do you punch 4 holes out of concrete?
right. It's just like there's so much stuff like when I catch up on like comic book, especially like Batman, and I'm just like,
What?
Jesus, what is this?
Like everyone in the room is suffocating, but Batman's fine because he can hold his breath for like
Right.
I guess.
It's like every time like I don't know we're on like comic tangent right now, but it's like, you know, there's always like the Batman versus so and so like theoretical battles, and people were like, well, if you've got prep time, no, fuck prep time. So and so shows up, they're going to beat Batman's ass and fucking walk off.
Superheroes. Because they have powers.
His powers, like all Superman has to do is like just fly a couple miles away and just shoot lasers at him, and it's game over. What is all this extra shit? Yeah, but anyway.
But I still read Batman comics because I still like Batman.
Oh yeah, like there's still good comics. So yeah.
Also because I like to read things where I'm like, did he just unbreak his back?
Right. It's like Lucha Underground shit. Like fucking Pentagon.
Oh man. Bailey got laid into by Stephanie in a classic Stephanie promo.
Best talker on the show.
And she was
still
just like,
and always.
"You're a baby, and I'm Stephanie McMahon."
Yeah. And like Bailey she's just Bailey. And like anytime she gets on the microphone, I'm like, take the microphone away from her. Just let her show up, do the wacky waving inflatable tube man thing, and that's it. Let her wrestle. Don't give her a microphone. Just she's
But if you
never
are
been
giving her
to
a microphone, I guess that's the perfect promo because she's basically just like, "Look, I know that I'm not like, I'm not what you think a wrestler should be, but I work hard and I'm Bailey." Ponytail.
right.
Like, if you're gonna do a promo, I guess that's the one to do.
And that character isn't for us. It's for the kids and for the moms who buy merch. And like that's
And also like for me because
Yeah, like her character does suplex, has ponytail.
yeah, exactly.
like we're just spoiling down everyone's characters. But her and Nia Jax had a match for number one contender for Royal Rumble belt, and surprise, Bailey won because we knew she was gonna win, but because Sasha interfered when really she just walked out.
Right, her music hit.
Right.
And Nia was like,
what?
Nia was like, "I've never heard music before."
More.
Yes, it is.
Like Nia Jax's character is dumb as hell. So like whatever match it was that they had the other day and like a few weeks ago, and like Nia just killed like half of SmackDown's roster. It's like, I'm not gonna pin anybody. I'm just going to go back out of the ring. It's like, what? What is this? But I just want her to show up, nuke Bailey and Sasha, just leave them both in the burning pile of rubble, and I'll be happy because, like, I'm tired of Bailey. I love Bailey to death, but it's just like,
I just don't know in what world Sasha can't.
she can't.
Yeah.
No, she can't.
Like just like physics, which I
Yeah.
guess like that's shitty because like underdog this and I love Sasha, but like, what is the point of that fight?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's sort of what they did with Daniel Bryan and like everybody that he faced too, though. That was the whole
That's
point.
true.
Like,
Yeah, but like Daniel Bryan is still like close to 200 pounds. Sasha is like 27 pounds if she's holding weights in each hand. And like when her and Charlotte go at it, I am always terrified because Sasha bumps like a crazy person. And like anytime they love to play this spot, and I hate to see it every time.
Ooh, when
She goes through the roof
Blah.
and she just fucking scorpions. And it was like, no, we don't want because we see how like Nia, like Charlotte can fling people around. Nia, like just watching like her workout videos,
Gross people.
like trash.
but not even that, but like she just straight up like lifting 245, like it's nothing. I'm like, I can barely do that. The fuck is this? What exactly is Sasha supposed to do in this situation? Like,
It's just gonna be a lot of like leg kicks, I guess.
Yeah,
something.
take her down.
Probably just gonna chop down that tree or whatever.
Or she can come with the kendo stick like she did against Charlotte and just
That was
fucking
the best.
go to town.
Fuck her up.
I mean, I guess it's good for Sasha that her finisher is a submission. Like, it does make sense with Nia that like she could submit her.
But
Yeah.
like,
She
Like,
can't do it back.
so say she does like the lung blower portion of that. Like all of Nia's weight is coming down onto Sasha. It's like, no, this is bad, Sasha.
They just both pass out. But like maybe we're just being like naysayers, and maybe they'll do something interesting. Like Sasha is a really good wrestler. Nia is really green, but like we've seen a lot of the same thing from Nia. So maybe like they'll push each other in a way that will yield something different. So like,
Yeah, like Nia's green, but she still has great matches. Like her matches with Asuka were like great. Like, and that's because like it's all believable stuff. And again, Asuka is a crazy person, and well, Sasha's a tiny person, so I don't know. It'll probably work because they're both
we'll
great.
figure it out. Hopefully, that's the hope. Anyways, Nia got very distracted by music and lost. But yeah, you know what? It's an old wrestling trope, but it's just funny because the whole idea of like, I'm distracted and looking over here. Oh, I'm schoolboy. I lost. I mean, that's
Like-
all that's been happening to Cedric. That's
Yo,
literally
Cedric.
everything that's been happening to Cedric.
Fucking
He's
idiot.
just like,
Yeah.
I'm winning, I'm amazing. Hey, what's happening over there?
Yeah. Like between like apparently Neville's the only person that is like that this doesn't happen to. Like when TJP came out and was running down to the ring and we're like, oh man, he's gonna, and Neville's just like, nope.
Neville's like, I literally don't.
Yeah.
And TJP deserved it because he's garbage.
We liked him for all of one episode, and then we
Exactly.
learned more about him, and we were like, oh no, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Right. And like the more I watch on Twitter, I'm just like, oh nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Also, like, he's a good wrestler, but like, I think in a show like 205 Live, it's not enough
yeah.
to be just a good wrestler.
Yeah, because
Right.
he's actively bad on the mic. So like,
Oh my god.
It's
like
like
back.
the like character that they've given him, the like shitty video game dude, like he's not a good character.
Those
Menace.
fucking 8-bit sunglasses need to fucking go. Like anybody, anywhere that wears those ever immediately needs to just be shot into the sun. It's fucking
Also,
terrible.
like, don't dab anymore.
Right.
Like, it was funny in the CWC because it like seemed like it came out of nowhere, and like when him and Rich would do it back and forth a little bit, it kind of made sense because they're like the fun dancey guys. But like, it's part of your entrance.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Exactly. And like his entrance, like it's cool, but it's not for him. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
need to give that to somebody else now because like that shit's too good for him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
But I'm glad that Drew Gulak won.
Oh my god, Drew Gulak. I like you guys have seen more of him than I have, but like the whole no knee pad thing freaks me the fuck out.
He's crazy.
That was part of his gimmick on the indies. I didn't know that he had like a whole T-shirt that was done up that was like "No knee pads, no fear." That was like his whole thing.
Yeah,
It was like,
I
he's
mean,
like a crazy tough guy.
He's an intense wrestler.
He is an intense wrestler.
Like
His
that was,
legs look naked, and it scares me.
we saw a match for Shakara that was Drew Gulak versus Mike Quackenbush, and it was like one of the most intense things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like
it
they
was
like
nuts.
beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised by that, but like between the no knee pads with just naked leg, and then like the weird ass half sexy dominatrix coat that he wears, it's like, what exactly is your character, sir?
I think it's just a beautiful butt guy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's super weird. It's like I'm from Philly. Maybe I'm a metal worker, and then
I think it's. I have this really cool coat.
yeah.
I think
Right.
that's has
So- Yeah,
That's how goodbye.
no knee pads.
no need.
no knee pads, and I was like, and then like he's got the whole weird like MRA thing that he's doing now, where it's like women shouldn't be here,
That. Also, like I feel like Drew Gulak should know better.
right?
Honestly, I guess if you get to WWE and they're like, "We need you to do this thing," you're like,
Okay.
Yeah.
"I I hope it doesn't stick around. I hope they do what they did with Mustafa Ali, and they were like, pull back.
Yeah, like yeah, and it worked too because like
It
with
did work
Mustafa
out
Ali,
over
Mhm.
because people were like, yeah, we shouldn't be judgy assholes. And yeah, I mean, it helps that he's like a really fucking good wrestler.
Yeah, true.
I'm really happy he won on 205 Live this week.
yeah, like that was dope, and like just
Good match.
yeah, the imploding 450 is fucking
So sick.
So cool.
I wish he wore a scarf still, though. I like the way he wrapped his scarf.
But it's like, so they took the gimmick that he was supposed to have and they gave it to Neville. And I'm like, why is Neville, wait, what? Why is Neville now being like, well, this country is like, huh?
Because I guess it's less offensive that it's coming from a white English dude.
Yeah.
And it seems,
dumb.
and it's, I mean, absolutely. I like it when Neville says it when he's like, you made fun of the way I look and the way I
Right.
talk and the way that I am. I like that part of it. I don't
That
like the
part's
like
great.
weird national part of it. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you're English.
Right.
I mean, that's exactly what they did with Cesaro
Nobody's
for a minute. too.
Judging you because you're English. They're
Yeah.
judging you because you have weird ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
just
actually look like an orc from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but like
they remixed his
Yeah.
theme too.
and the beard and the like anger.
It works
Yeah.
now, yeah. Like because like when they were doing for like the few weeks where he still had like Eurotrash intro music, and then they're like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and mix this and make this proper. because now he's in heel. I was like, oh, okay, that actually worked. I like this. And he can just keep on killing people, and I'll be happy as hell.
Yeah, I'm loving all of the things that Neville is doing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's great. It's so good. And like we all knew that he was going to show up in the cruiserweight, or we at least all hoped that he would show up in the cruiserweights. But like this,
Right.
like more than I could have hoped for.
Yeah,
And
I'm
very
so happy
happy.
with
Oh, yeah. Like when we first saw, like, oh, Neville's got a beard. He looks a lot better now.
Yeah.
You know? And then next thing you know, it's just like heel turn. I was like, yes, it's the best thing ever.
I'm a bit confused. I mean, we're kind of talking about, I think since we're in Raw and we're talking about cruiserweights, we can kind of just lump 205 Live in with it and then just move on. I don't really understand what they're doing with Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick loses to TJP on Raw, and then he comes out after Tajiri's match and is like, Tajiri, hey, bud. Like, we're both these old guys. And then Tajiri's like, fuck you, missed.
I don't give a fuck what they're doing with him. He got misted, and I'm happy.
Fuck you. And then I liked all the like old school Tajiri where he just like slithered around and was like, I misted you in the face. I misted you in the face.
And like that was like one of the best mists I've seen in a long time, because his whole face was just green. And it's like, of course that's unsanitary as hell, but it looked awesome.
And I mean, like, maybe I'm a fool because like whatever, but I was so focused on Kendrick that I like honestly didn't even think about it. I didn't even see it coming. And then when he did it, I was like, oh shit, he just got misted in the face.
Like I think Kendrick is just the dick. Like he is just the designated dick of 205 Live, and they're just going to keep it at that because he really can't do anything else because he is a dick. Like he's
with
a
pirate flag or something.
He's got a pirate flag and like the same pants that your favorite Instagram model wears. Like it's all
his dick.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly what it is.
Oh man. So I guess we're moving away from 205 Live and the cruiserweights. Big Cass versus Jinder Mahal and Rusev.
Couldn't care less about it.
And so in a wheelchair and Lana just being Lana.
Who cares?
Yeah. I don't care. Like it was like Rusev, this whole all
Rusev
of this
didn't even get entrance music.
Right. Like all of this, and like so it's all very confusing. So Enzo gets his ass beat, and then next thing you know, the following week, Cass is like, well, you can do that to Enzo, but you can't do that to me. I was like, you just called Enzo a bitch. Like, what is going on? And you did it multiple weeks in a row. So it's like they're planting the seeds for when they finally split, which the sooner we get Enzo off the microphone, the better, because I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Enzo is not a good talker. Enzo has a lot of written things that he can say, and he can just spit them out. But when it comes to going back and forth with people, as we saw on SmackDown between AJ Styles and John Cena, and then whatever the fuck Baron Corbin decided to show up for. But like, it's just like he just says things, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is he talking about now? Like, I don't get any of this. Chicken tenders? What is this?
Yeah, it's like he sits down and is like, what rhymes with this?
Oh yeah. You sit down and do it. He has a literal 1,000-page book of one-liner written out and carries with him when he travels.
Really? What a weirdo.
Like,
right.
He's very good at cutting a promo on someone. He is not good at having a promo back and forth with somebody.
It's all bad. It is all bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, we've talked about this, but I cannot get on board with Enzo, especially as a face.
Yeah.
Like we talked about,
he used to be a heel. He was great as a heel.
The difference between like Noam Dar and an Enzo, where it's like Noam Dar is like a creepy fuck who is like cocky. Yeah, he's cocky and says Alicia Fox in a weird way and is like trying to steal someone's girl and is like getting all up in her business, which is inappropriate, but like it works in the storyline because it like doesn't take it too far, and also it like is funny and like he's a bad guy.
Right.
All of the things that Enzo says and does are
all bad things.
and or all bad things and are extra offensive because we're supposed to cheer him.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
When he calls people bimbos and when he goes to another man's wife's hotel room to sleep with her.
Right.
Like, yeah, he got his ass beat and they're like still the bad guys, but like, why were you there?
Yeah. And then he
Also,
hits on the people in the
his like slut mantle. No.
Yeah. And then he's hitting on the therapist at the whatever meeting it was that they had, and it was like the sensitivity training, and it was like, why are we supposed to be cheering for this man? I do not understand it.
Also, the fact that WWE thinks it's like okay to like make fun of sensitivity training is like, oh, you guys need sensitivity training, right?
I mean, well, the fact
it probably needs sensitivity training, or probably was sent to sensitivity training and is pissed about it.
Yes, that's probably what happened.
So I'm really happy that Bo Dallas is like learning how to not push his beliefs on other people.
Yes,
that's fair.
Oh man.
Yeah, that all of that's just like the simple fact that like, because usually like we have a history of saying things about Lana that are less than positive. The fact that she is the last thing that we even care about in this thing says something.
Right. Also, like the reason that I feel like we harp so hard on Lana is because Lana used to be this like symbol of power and this like this, you know, however cliche it is to say, but like the strong female. She was the mouthpiece for Rusev. Like Rusev didn't work without her. They were a true team. Like she was a bad guy, but she held her own on the mic. She was sexy, but she wasn't a sex object.
Right.
Like, and literally everything that we liked about Lana has
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like ever since she turned into trailer trash when she was dating Ziggler, which apparently that's what happens in real life. It's just like all of it. Like when that first happened, I was just like, no. She's going the same way that Emma did when they had her with what's the fucking guy with the snake, the Cobra guy.
Oh, Santino.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was just like, this is all
the Cobra guy.
The Cobra guy. The sock Cobra guy, yeah. Like it was just like, oh, this is so bad. And then like that, as you and I went back and forth so many times about the outfits back then, that's like, when it all went down.
It's always been kind of trashy, but they were always like, it was blue and red and white and like it was consistent and it was her look and it was whatever. It was like her gear, but different colors. And now it's just like all over the place. It looks like she rolled around in glue and then was like, I'm gonna stick this decal here and this decal here and this decal here. Pink plaid, put it on me.
Yeah.
That guy talking about how much I hate everyone, but I'm gonna wear American camo colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is just like the worst kind of trophy wife. Just like the early 90s trophy wife. It was all bad.
Yeah.
So yeah. No.
The sooner the storyline dies forever, the better. Remember, Rusev came out in a tank and Lana was like the queen of Russia? That was dope.
Yeah.
Right.
I want that Lana. I want queen Lana.
Right. And like now they're luring each other to like people's hotel rooms for weird cuckold sessions. And it's just like, what is going on here? What happened? How do you go from this to this in like less than a year and a half? I just don't get it at all.
Hashtag WWE. And then there was Goldberg, and then there was Paul Heyman, and then there was Braun Strowman, and then there was Kevin Owens. I did like how Kevin Owens was like, I am literally not afraid of you.
Right.
Do you want to fight me? I don't give a fuck about you, old man.
Yeah. Like, and Goldberg just sitting there screaming, Jackhammer. And like, what exactly am I supposed to be afraid of here? Like, I am actually worried about Goldberg. Because Goldberg comes out of his locker room sweating. Like, how is this even possible? He picks up the mic, he sweats even more. He starts to talk. Walking is hard. I expect I'm expecting his heart to just explode in his chest at the Royal Rumble. Because it's like, this is just like, he's looked winded every single time he's come down to the ring. And it's just like, this is like, bro, I don't think this is safe.
I don't think it's safe either. But if somebody's got to kill him, I guess it should be the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I guess.
The Royal Rumble is like an entity in this company.
Yeah. Hey, check out CM Punk.
Yeah.
I would love to live in a world where the Royal Rumble was like an entity that needs to be sacrificed. It's like the 30-man match is like a sacrificial match.
Yeah, it's like bring me your worst
It's
wrestler.
like over the rope and into the Rumble. Feed the Rumble.
I'm sending Ryback. I'm sending Enzo.
Ryback. The less we talk about the Ryback, the happier I will be. That guy. I can't believe he has a podcast. Who listens to that?
I don't.
I mean, like, admittedly, who listens to this?
Yeah, but like he's probably like reading The Secret right now, or some other like Tony
We're getting
Robbins
the
bullshit.
secret, like, tattooed on him, so he can just.
Yeah.
He's got to have a secret tattoo, right?
He probably does. Like, I would not be surprised if one
Like-
day he changes his name from the Big Guy to The Secret. That's how.
You know what? If he changed his name to The Secret and then he wore like a really shitty mask, I would be all in for Ryback.
I'd be just
Be like, if you lean in that hard, then like, what? Who am I to judge at that point?
right.
If you accept your fate, The Secret. Oh man. Okay, SmackDown. SmackDown is great.
Yes.
SmackDown was amazing. Everything that they did on there was amazing. Between all of that scalding hot tea that was spilled when Natty and and Nikki.
Oh yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk from when Natty originally did it. Was
Oh
it?
my God.
It was just like, I despise you. Nikki looked so hurt in the ring.
It was so good. Like, and I do not like Natty. I don't like face Natty. It's just like she doesn't act, she's acting. And it's just like, nope. She talks through her nose. It's just
She's
like
got the poodle hair or the Pomeranian hair.
the poodle hair. Like when she screams in the ring, it is one of the most terrifying things that you will ever hear. Like that haunts me.
That we listened to that, like, they said she sounds like that guy from the Goonies.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, like between her and Carmella actually sounding like a flamingo, like those are the two things that I do not like in the WWE.
Flying of a Staten Island flamingo now.
Yeah, somebody needs to get on that. I will buy that shirt if it happens.
I'll buy that shirt. I have a spending problem. I will buy all the shirts.
But yeah, like all of it, it was all. I can't think of one thing like on there that was bad. Like Maurice slapped the dog shit out of Renee. Fucking
Yeah,
Miz.
this whole Maurice and Miz and Dean and Renee thing, because I like the way it, you know, we live in a world where, you know, we know that Dean and Renee are together, and we obviously know that Miz and Maurice are together, but even since Maurice has come back, like, she's been his valet and she's been his wife, but it's never felt like, she's, to me, never felt like a trophy. She feels like a partner in that.
Right, yeah.
And then this thing with like Renee and Dean, like Renee was disrespected and stood up for herself. And then Dean, it didn't feel like he was her knight in shining armor. It just felt like he was pissed because he felt disrespected, and his person who he cares about felt disrespected, and also like he wanted that title. Yeah. And then the way that like Renee stands up for herself on Talking Smack, like she didn't physically stand up for herself when Maurice hit the shit out of her. Yeah. But like she took the slack well. She's standing up for herself. It just doesn't. I like it because like it doesn't feel like anybody is the prize or anybody is the trophy. Like they're all autonomous people who are fighting for people and things that they care about, but they're also standing up for themselves.
It feels real. That's the thing. Like SmackDown feels. I mean, it's pro wrestling. It's all fake, but it all feels realistic. Like almost everything that happens on Raw is just like, all right, whatever. And
It's
what happens
on Raw?
Yeah.
Like if you told me 2 weeks ago that there was going to be a Dean and Miz feud, but it started from Renee. I don't think I would have. I would have been like, "What do you mean? Where's that?"
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's all been good. Like Maurice, like so even like when Dean was in the ring and Maurice just stood there and she just stood eye to eye with him, was like, "You aren't going to do shit." It's like this. It's real. Like it just feels very organic. And then of course on Talking Smack, Miz had the fucking wild meltdown. And I was like, this is fantastic.
I've always been the best. I love Miz, man.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a while for me to come around when it came to the Miz, but he is one of the best people in the company right now. The only thing that could be better if somehow they can find a way to bring Coral back from the real world, and then it will just be the fucking best.
He's just gonna wind up like Jericho. He's just gonna be around forever, and he's gonna he knows how to bring people up in a story, and he's always good, and he never gets hurt. Like
Yeah,
he'll
That's
be
fair.
around
That's a
forever.
really good point.
yeah,
And also with the Natty and John Cena thing, or the Natty and Nikki thing, I can see how people could be upset because they mentioned John Cena and they mentioned Bret Hart, but like
Right.
they did it in a way that felt real. But I also
Right.
feel like I want to do this and I want to get it out in the open. We all know that she's dating John Cena. We all know that Natty's Bret Hart's niece. I am done with this storyline or these types of storylines. I want to have this feud and I want to be done. I literally want Nikki to be like, yeah, I'm dating John Cena, but I'm still going to kick your ass. And then
Right.
you're never going to bring up John Cena to my face ever again. Because
Right.
I love him, but he has nothing to do with me in this ring. And I want the same
Right.
for Natty. I want her to be like, change my music. I don't give a fuck anymore. I am not Bret Hart. I am
Yeah.
better than Bret Hart. So
yeah.
if they stick with the way that they're handling it now, I think that it could be really, it's an interesting feud, but I think it could also be effective going forward. So we never have to have this Nikki is John Cena's girlfriend or
Again, yeah.
Natty is Bret's niece. Because like it's a very played out storyline, but like the way that they're handling it, I think could like finish it in
Yeah.
a good way. Yeah.
You know, yeah, in a very permanent way. Yeah, like this is all very meta. Like this is essentially the WWE versus, you know, the weird, gross troll fans that just love to bring up the fact that, or not the fact, but they always want to bring up, oh, well, Nikki's only here because she slept her way to the top. And it's like, whoa, no, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I learned the hard way the other day to not say anything about the fucking Bellas.
Oh yeah, I
on
saw
Twitter.
that.
Wait, what happened?
Rough.
I was just like, so I said, and I still stand by this, that the Bellas YouTube channel is some vain bullshit. It is. Like,
I mean, the Bellas are vain bullshit.
right, like the fact that Nikki put a video out there squeezing her ass cheeks together. Just squeezing her ass cheeks together.
Girl.
Like, you have that, and like, at least with Brie, it's usually something helpful. You know, she's like giving tips or something like that. And then Nikki is just like,
For your baby.
right.
Or
And like
whatever.
Nikki's just like, oh, look at my butt. Or, oh, I am going to go help this sick child. Look at me. I am a very good person. Yeah. And I'm like, and so like, of course, fanatics came out of the woodwork. And like,
That Bella Army.
yeah. And I was like, fuck it.
I
Whatever
got
the fuck you say. And like, one of them was like, I was like, so, okay, let me ask you a question. Has she ever done anything wrong? They were like, nope, she's a flawless legend. I was like, fuck this shit. You
They
guys
can't
are so delusional. Yeah. So like yeah, but like the way that the storyline's going, like this could be something where it's like, okay, we don't need to revisit this ever again.
Agreed.
And I hope that is what happens, because there's a lot of interesting things that you can do on SmackDown now. Like with La Luchadora, that is fucking fantastic right now. And then, you know, eventually Mickey James is going to show up, and I hope Deonna Purrazzo gets signed because, yeah, she's fantastic too.
Do you think that eventually when it's revealed it's going to be Mickey James as the luchadora, even though we know it's not her right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Like that's going to be the easiest way to just bring her in, even though they could just say, hey, it's Mickey James. I'm a legend. I'm coming back to wrestle. and that would be just as effective too. But this is an interesting thing
SmackDown
too.
is like really invested in like actual storylines, so
Yeah.
it would
Right.
make sense for them to be like, we want Mickey James to come back for like a reason or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see a Mickey James Becky Lynch match.
Me too.
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
I want to see that.
It's very good.
Also, like Alexa is Alexa, and she's the best.
Alexa's
She
fucking
had only
fantastic.
like a tiny little cameo as La Luchadora #2.
Like Twitter was hilarious when that happened too.
Got ripped off was like Alexa Bliss's faces.
Are the best. But like even before that, so like when La Luchadora left and she rolled under the ring, and then Alexa Bliss comes out, and like people were like, "Who's that?" They're like, "Oh, it's Alexa. We see her butt. we know who this
We
is."
get it.
So, but like it's an actual story that works. Like Alexa is gold on the mic. Like a few weeks ago, I think what were you guys there when they were like, "Oh, well, who's in the match?" She's like, "Oh, it's Sasha Banks." They're like, "Nah, too small to be Sasha Banks." She's like, "Oh, it's Nia Jax."
Jax.
Yeah.
It's like that's fucking hilarious. So yeah, like I'm very excited about this feud. I hope. I mean, I don't really even hope because I know it's gonna be handled properly. So, like between SmackDown and Talking Smack, shit is fantastic. And then the whole Cena fucking AJ thing was just great too. Like that was.
I usually fast forward when John Cena talks because he talks for like 25 minutes and I like don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But they're back and forth, like just the promo that AJ gave.
Was fire.
Oh, it was so good. And like, I mean, it's so good because it's rooted in probably like a lot of true feelings.
Yep.
But then John Cena's comeback and their toe to toe was great.
Yeah. And then fucking boring snoring came out. I was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
What
so-
are you doing?"
Uh-huh.
Like it was,
I don't like him, but like,
Oh my God, are you about to come around on Baron Corbin after you gave me so much shit when I said that he was better when he came up from NXT?
yeah,
How dare you? How
so
dare
in the ring, he's fantastic. On Talking Smack, he's great. Whatever the fuck he was doing out then, because this was like, I said it on Twitter last night, like Baron Corbin's little thing that he added at the end. Like that's the feature on the end of a track that this random rapper has because they are the nephew of the label head. And that's what this felt like because you just had dope verse, and then trash.
Yeah, but I agree with you. His stuff in the ring lately has been really good, and his stuff on Talking Smack has been really good.
Talking Smack just period has been really good.
Yeah,
Like-
I used to not watch it because I was like, I'm not gonna watch another thing. But now I'm like, I gotta watch Talking
I
Smack.
gotta watch it. Like
I'll talk
Rhino,
back over like NXT, which is like probably not great, but like,
yeah, like Rhino as Bad Santa was fucking amazing. Like either that's just how he is in real life, or he was fucking zanied out of his goddamn mind that night. It was fantastic.
and now is the point where we talk about the Ziggler heel turn.
I fucking hate Ziggler. So
I don't give a fuck.
like, I don't care. Like it's I see that apparently he's going to be feuding with Apollo Crews, which I hope this is a way to get Apollo Crews over because I'm
Offers
too.
to murder.
Me too.
exactly. I want him to just rip Dolph Ziggler's ramen hair just straight from the roots, and it's like just like even
Corbin beat the shit out of Dolph Ziggler. That was nice.
Uh-huh.
that was fantastic. But it's like so I am even outside of the ring. Ziggler's a garbage person, but like Ziggler's been doing essentially the same shit
Same
like,
fucking thing.
every fucking night. It has been the same promo for like a decade now, and it's just like, dude,
You can't
like-
be the underdog for that long.
Right.
Yeah, it's boring.
and the
like,
zigzag is a
so-
garbage finisher too. So it's just like,
It's a cool move, but it's not a good finisher. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look effective.
I also am sick of like the cockroach kick out. Like get it. You're gonna kick out a million times when we don't think that you should kick out. That's your thing. And so it's no longer like impressive to me.
it's true, yeah. And it's just like it's the same. It's not even so much the same promo. It's the same exact match over and over and
Different
over.
people. He
Yeah.
just does the same thing.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
creative.
Like it's just like he is probably the most paint by numbers performer that they have on the roster, and it's just like we know exactly what to expect. Okay, there's going to be a whole bunch of super kicks. Then there's going to be a Faymaster. Then, like you said, there's going to be a couple cockroach kickouts. And finally, he'll hit a zigzag and then just lay on the mat like he just died while doing it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I'm tired.
I do love the idea of Mojo Riley, Rhino, and Apollo Crews just like chilling together.
Yeah.
Like, the Molly crew, like they're just like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Rhino had his founding father sideburns on. It was fantastic.
His Rhino shirt on.
Yes. Rhino. Oh, I feel bad about Zack Ryder now.
I know. Shit. I feel really bad about it. Oh man. Remember when he won at WrestleMania?
Yeah. And it was so good.
It was one of the best moments of my year. I know that sounds crazy, but like the amount of like emotion I had in that like aftermath.
We were vested.
My couch.
Yeah, like we're invested in the whole thing.
Like, here's the difference. Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler have been there for a really long time. They both have kind of these underdog characters. They both have, they both have a certain aesthetic that it can be considered similar. But, like, Zack Ryder cares about what he's doing, and he's so invested, and he's like, everything that he does, even when he's losing, like, I want to watch it. I'm invested in him.
Right.
Ziggler seems like he doesn't give a fuck about anything, and he thinks that he's better than everyone.
Yeah, like he's just there for a paycheck. That's all. It just like some people you can tell that they love this, and then others you're like, okay, he's just showing up to work.
If you're there for a paycheck, then be there for a paycheck and get Apollo Crews over and get some other people over and then fucking leave.
Right.
God damn it. He did get a little Breezango though. That was nice.
Yes, Breezango's fantastic. I wish that it was an actual match. I know that it was to set something else up.
Tyler Breeze are fucking great wrestlers.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. And they're hilarious right now too. Like the Breezango thing is the Fashion Police is fantastic.
Whatever they want to do, it seems like they can make it work.
David was like, the Fashion Police gave me a ticket, and JBL was like, yeah.
Right.
David Otunga, never open your mouth.
Never. Like David Otunga. Oh my gosh.
I love how often they troll him for being married to Jennifer Hudson.
I know, it's amazing.
Like, I'm just waiting for them to start trolling him about being on fucking I Love New York. That's what I'm waiting for. When they start doing that, that'll be the fucking nail in the coffin.
I'm gonna go watch that on YouTube.
Oh yes, he was Punk on I Love New York.
My God.
Oh my God.
Go watch it. It is hilarious. Like he had his hair was permed and he had it spiked up.
That's so sad.
Oh no.
That's so sad for him.
Yeah.
What do we feel about this Carmella Ellsworth thing?
I hate it. I don't get it. I don't like it.
I only like it if she does something awful.
Yeah. This feels like a really bad friend zone thing. Like it feels like he is just going to get crushed, like in a monumental way at some point, and everybody's going to feel bad for him. But fuck that guy. So I don't care.
Max, she was like, he carries my bags.
That's right.
He carries my bags, and look at
he carries my bags.
I love New York.
No. No.
That's my God.
No.
Yeah. It's something.
Ooh, this is like the boy band photo.
Exactly. The antics on there were hilarious.
I was really liking everything Carmella was doing, and I don't know. If this serves to make her an even bigger and better heel, I'll be fine with it.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Like you said, like what she was doing with Nikki was fantastic. And then just the fact that we were able to get, just mega heel, tea-sipping Natty. Cool. But like now I'm just like, what exactly is going on here? Why is this? I don't get it. Like, is Carmella a sugar baby? Like, is this like, I don't
She didn't say he pays for things. She just said he carries things.
Right. But it's like, when it first happened, I was like, okay, if they're going this way, we're going to have an issue.
Yeah.
It's going to go bad real quick.
We'll see, I guess. I think this is one of the storylines that we kind of have to like wait and see.
Yeah.
It's SmackDown, so
I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah.
but we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I will give most things that I see on SmackDown. I will give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, let's hope they beat Raw on the ratings again.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Lucha.
Lucha's
Lucha.
Lucha is great. Like,
Jeremiah Crane beat Mil Muertes.
yep.
But then Mil Muertes found out, I'm just doing this out of order because this is from my brain. Then Mil Muertes found out that Puma is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I
we got
love
Evo
everything
Puma.
that Sammy did for
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
The fact that he is on the last house, well, the fact that he's from the last house on the left, like just the
Yeah.
attention to detail. I mean, like I powered through all 3 seasons of From Dusk Till Dawn on Netflix this weekend.
Is it
Yeah.
worth it?
It's
It is?
if you enjoy campy like vampire bullshit, yeah, you'll like it. And like if you like Lucha, it's in that same vein. So that's the thing. Like especially like the last 2
Hold on
seasons.
the movie. I really didn't like it.
The movie was like so there's more. So basically like it's the movie, but they were able like Rodriguez was able to like flesh things out the way he actually wanted to, and there's a whole bunch of like Mesoamerican lore that's in there, and like it works. Like it's cool. Like they actually like have a really cool like I guess you could say she'd be like a very strong feminist character in there too. That like it works. It does work, and like
Most of the reason I didn't like the movie is because I hate Quentin Tarantino. So
I hate Quentin Tarantino.
he fucking sucks. But I like campy vampire bullshit, so I will give it a watch. Anyways, we were talking about Lucha.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And like so like like you said, Sammy Callahan can really do nothing wrong right now.
I know. One day he just like stole stuff from Dario's office, and he was like, "Look, I left this here a long time ago. I'm super old and magic. You just don't know it yet."
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing too. So like when he was introduced as Evie's boyfriend, I'm like, I don't know if this was like them trying to autocorrect after Evie destroyed her ankles again. But it works. Like it all works really, 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 really well. So, and like just the fact that you have characters like fucking Luchasaurus that are just kind of like, and it works.
Cobra Moon has like gotten Drago chained up and is like her pet.
Right. And it's very From Dusk Till Dawn. Like if you, after watching this, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It all makes sense now. Yeah, I get it.
The Mac won the Battle of the Bulls.
Yeah. And another thing, so with the Mac,
contender.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I love the fact that the Mac and Sexy Star are just friends. That's it.
Yeah.
They're just really
We were
good
just
friends.
The episode from this week because my computer was updating forever, so we were just watching a little bit, and they have a great little backstage promo where they're just like supporting each other, and then they do like a secret friend handshake.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And
So
it's the best.
You could never see that on WWE.
Yeah,
Never.
you would
Never.
shoot platonic like bros.
No, you just couldn't. And it's just like it's exactly. And then like fucking
So like Bad and New Day kind of were like
Yeah, they were
platonic
like-
bros,
That's true. And Nikki
but they
Cross,
didn't work a lot. So
Nikki Cross isn't like romantically linked to any of the people in Sanity either.
yet,
well, they're all crazy people though. So
Yeah.
that would be weird
Nikki
shit.
Cross is their like crazy chihuahua that they're like hold her back.
Right.
In like a good way.
Yeah, in a great
Yeah,
way.
like she's like biting on the ropes, and it's like a believable crazy too. Like it's like, okay, this is a person that if I see them at the gas station, I'm leaving.
I'm gonna be uncomfortable.
Yes, I'm leaving very fast.
So Mac's #1 contender. Cage won in the final. So they did match 4 and 5 with Tejano and Cage, which was dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then he went to claim his prize, which is like a gauntlet with a god in it. But he's like, "What's this gauntlet? God damn it, Dario. I don't want this piece of shit." And Dario was like, "What if you just put it on for like a little bit?" And Cage was like, "Fine, whatever, idiot." And they put it on. He was like, "Oh, I feel all this power."
It's like he went in and got Dr. Claw's glove.
He totally did.
Is it?
And you know what? I didn't think Cage would do a very good job in a vignette. We've not really seen him in a lot of vignettes, and I thought he did a pretty okay job.
Yeah. So he's in a He-Man like fan made movie thing, which is pretty dope.
What?
But it's like it's weird because he's still got like the spiky sideburn thing. So it's like
Wolverine sideburns.
No.
yeah. And it's like He-Man didn't have those. So I disagree with this. But like he was pretty good there. So like I know he's going to, get his shit in as he does. So it worked. Like it worked really well.
Yeah.
So
and then the main event was Sexy Star and Johnny Mundo in the cage. And Sexy Star would have won if she had to prove a point.
yes.
So it's kind of her own fault.
Yeah.
That she lost.
Yeah.
But
It was
then,
definitely.
instead of even focusing on her loss, she just gets mad because she sees a spider and was
Yeah.
like, I need a match with Mariposa, even though Mariposa was like, I did not put a spider in your locker.
Right. It's like I'm a
moth?
moth.
Those are
Like, I'm not a spider.
Yeah.
But I loved how Dario was like, oh, you want to fight her? You literally can fight her whenever you want.
Yeah. Dario's the best.
Creep, but like in a
he loves
Dario way.
violence. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He loves ladies who like to beat ladies up. He loves men that like to beat ladies up. He loves women that like to beat men up. He just loves violence.
I loved his promo when he like told Cage and Tejano like, oh, we're doing 5 right now.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Like he was gonna pass out. I loved that storytelling too, because Cage looked like he was gonna lose because he was bleeding, he was exhausted. Tejano was on a roll,
Yeah.
and then he pulled out the upset.
And
If
side
he-
note, like
Tejano,
Tejano is like one of my favorite people on there, just because anytime he does a move, he curses so fucking much in Spanish. Like it is just a stream of 15 seconds of just the most foul shit. It's like, you know what? You're my favorite because of this.
I've never heard anybody say that Tejano is one of their favorites. But
That's the only reason.
explanation why
Yeah, I get
makes
it.
sense.
I get it.
Yeah, like it's just like, oh, this is fantastic. Like especially because like I've been going to lucha events here, so he
Yeah.
just sounds like the crowd. Yeah, lucha shirt's good, but yeah, like and it was a good match too. So like, okay, we had those fucking atrocious matches between Cesaro and I want to call him Zangief right now, but Sheamus. Like you had those two going against each other, and we were just like, we don't want this.
And it was endless. And there
And
were
we don't
7 of them.
Right. And like this has been like, oh shit, these matches are fire emoji. And
And doing 2 back-to-back, like that was shocking.
So smart, yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, it's just the way that we ended all the time, but like Lucha's the best.
Which is the best. Like, and then like even last year, like one of my favorite episodes of wrestling period was the Black Lotus Clan versus Pentagon. Was literally like
I can't think of like, oh,
Yeah.
I have not been glued to my TV for an hour more than the Black Lotus Triad versus Pentagon.
I feel like the
That's
last, the last
dope.
time Lucha made me feel that way was when Puma and Johnny Mundo did that Iron Man match, and that was the whole hour long, and like that was that same kind of thing where it was like I was just absolutely glued to it.
Yeah.
like it was just one of the best hours of television I like that I had seen all year. And it was just like, this is, there was no pulling.
Watched it, and you were like tweeting at me. You were like, "Are you watching this?"
This is the best thing ever. Like, because it was, and like that's one of the things that I love so much about Pentagon is like he doesn't pull punches or kicks when it doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like they went to war. Like the shit that they were doing to each other, I was like, there's no fucking way I'd ever let anybody do that to me because it looks painful as shit. And it was just, all of it was just fantastic.
It's so good.
The best.
I love Lucha so much.
It's the best ever.
And I love all this Katrina Jeremiah Crane stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I love that he's just like, I will get you back. And she's like, bitch, whatever.
Right.
Y'all can do whatever you want, but I am not coming back to you.
Right. And like the thing is, like, it's an actual story that I want to know the outcome to.
Yeah. Want to
You
know
know,
who he's in love with.
Me too.
like we're so used to, Vince McMahon's weird, okay, we're going to start a story. I don't like this toy anymore. I'm throwing it to the side.
Yeah,
And then we start something.
Yeah, I know that there are a few, especially from season 1, where there are some storylines that haven't totally followed through, but like when you have people like Alberto Del Rio leave, like what do you?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Are we going to talk about this?
season one of Lucha, but like for the most part, Lucha has fulfilled like all of their stories.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about Alberto and Paige if you want.
Oh, we need to.
That ring,
Oh my God, that
those
ring.
nails.
Wait.
Ugh.
So
She has a very odd nail to fingertip ratio. Like,
They're like squat ballerina shaped, which I've never seen. And like ballerina shaped nails are weird anyways, but like why are they so short? Why even have fake nails at that point?
yeah. And then her the last finger bone is like half the size of everybody else's, which just makes it even like it just exacerbates the problem that we're having. And like so, and then on top of that, so you are flaunting this massive ring that he just gave you. This man is still in the middle of a divorce.
yeah,
Yeah. Like he is still in the middle of a divorce.
yeah, he's still
Fucking
married to another person.
right. This is all bad. Like
Yeah, like how is a picture of her finger with a giant ridiculous rock on it not going to come up in the divorce proceeding?
right. Like plus the Total Diva stuff that's going on. Then like fucking ADR is going off the goddamn rails. He beat up a Ninja Turtle. Fucking
He's worried maybe about getting stabbed, or maybe he was stabbed. We don't know.
He wasn't stabbed. Like anybody that has ever seen somebody get attacked with a knife, they are never very clean, concise cuts one after the other. And then the story changed like 6 times within a week. And like then he fucking went and so him and his brother were in like whatever fucking Slavic country they were in, and then they fucking beat a dude up, and then when the fucking cops brought him in, they blamed each other, and then he beat his brother's ass. What the fuck is going on?
And
They're
they just
losing
like,
their minds.
he's the love of my life.
I was like, what is this?
What did she call him? She had like a weird name for him on Twitter.
Oh god.
You got a new pet name for him?
Oh my
And it's gross.
No, she's gonna
It's
get
not Poppy still?
It's not just Poppy.
Oh god.
No, that's what did she call him? Oh, she calls him my seahorse
what?
because she was making jokes that he's pregnant and male seahorses can get pregnant. And she was like, because he was like, oh, I'm pregnant, ha ha ha. We're in this relationship and I'm pregnant. And she was like, he's my little seahorse.
No.
But it's okay because Velvet Sky congratulated her. So
Oh God.
Velvet Sky is on board.
That is a red flag.
Velvet Sky is approving of your life
You need to
decisions.
turn your life around.
Like it's already your life has been nothing but red flag for the past 2 years, and this is just like this is now the light is flashing. That shit is flashing rapidly, and like I don't know I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what to say anymore.
I just miss regular good Paige.
I don't think that's the thing. I don't think there ever was a regular page.
I miss
old
not having
Paige.
a mental breakdown page. Like that.
I wish I just
there.
want wrestling and being Paige without Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, I was so on board with this relationship when it started, and little did we know.
I know from the get go. I was like, oh,
Wait, you were on board with it just for like the tea, not you actually.
Yeah. No. I didn't think it was gonna like implode both of their lives and their career.
That's true. That's
Like-
true. Nobody saw this coming.
right? Like, it was just like, what is this? This is like we already knew Paige was a train wreck from Total Divas. I mean, everybody, her and Alicia Fox are just train wrecks on Total Divas, and then apparently that's just
Yeah,
there was
well,
no.
got kicked off.
You wouldn't know it from the promos.
So when's
that's-
Naomi come back?
I don't know.
She's got a
Oh
mess,
yeah,
like ankle.
Her ankles sprained or something.
I still think she's out. It was movie shit, but you know.
Well, she's in the Marine 4.
Oh god, like I don't know how those are still being made. Like I really.
Because
I mean, I know why they're made, like their tax write-offs and shit, but still, it's just like
I'm gonna watch that one just because Naomi's in it, and Bo Dallas is in it, and Curtis Axel's in it, and Heath Slater's in it, and Maurice is in it. That's enough for me to watch it.
Okay, that is a lot. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
I'm not gonna watch it.
You watched Lockdown 3. That had a bunch of people in it.
I did watch Santa's Little Helper though, so
Gross.
it was not good.
Disgusting.
It was really bad. Paige is really bad at it. She plays like
I'm not surprised by that at all.
her character is bitchy elf.
I mean, that's her character in real life.
Yeah, bitchy.
So
That's
they're like, here, go be yourself. You can make up your own lines and everything.
just wear this sexy elf costume.
All right, well.
Thank you for joining us
Yes,
tonight.
thank you so much.
No problem. It's fun times.
Do you want to give our listeners your Twitter handle again so that they can harass you about the Bellas and
Oh
what?
yeah, I'm just DEO on Twitter, and I probably said something very mean about your favorite wrestler.
Good.
I've done it many a times, and I will continue doing so.
Who also, if you guys like RuPaul's Drag Race, you should follow him during the season because he tweets about it too because it's amazing.
Amazing. Just
I feel like that's
absolutely.
how our Twitter friendship happened. Like we talked about wrestling, but then we were like, "Wait, you watch RuPaul?"
Fantastic. It's the greatest thing, and like that's where like a lot of, especially you and I's criticism when it comes to like hair and stuff that we see in because I don't know what the fuck the WWE's obsession is with this long flowing shit that everybody has now.
Yeah.
Like Sasha Banks literally looked like one of those dolls that has like the purple hair down to like its ankles.
The Bratz dolls.
Yes, the Bratz dolls.
Sasha Banks looks like a Bratz doll.
Yeah, she does.
She needs to. They need to figure her shit out though. Like the weave that they keep on buying, that's not pro wrestling stuff. You need to get something sturdier because.
Yeah, there's always like chunks of hair in the.
Yes, and it's like, yeah, and her hair is short.
Yeah.
And then you're at it. Yeah, it's all bad. Anyhow, we can go on about this for hours. But anyhow.
Follow us on Twitter for our talk about wrestler hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
All right, great.
Well, thank you for joining us. Well, that was it.
Congratulations for having listened.
We have wanted to have him on for a really long time, and I'm glad we finally got to do it.
Yeah, me too. We had lots of good stuff to talk about too.
He's one of our favorite Twitter friends.
Yes, absolutely.
So you should definitely follow him. And while you're following people, why don't you follow us? I'm at Stella_Cheek.
I'm at Urgency.
You can find us on Tumblr, where you can see our wrestling shirt of the day at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You can email us, send us questions and emails, I guess. I don't know what else you would send us at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
You can find us on CagesideSeats.com.
Yes.
What else are we missing? I feel like we're missing something.
You should rate and review and subscribe.
Ah, that's what we're missing.
Yes.
Rate and review and subscribe.
Yeah.
We do have some questions, but we jumped to this. And it's a long episode. We'll do questions. I promise.
Yes.
We'll do them soon.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes. Thank you.
It's really late at night. I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
okay?
sorry.
We're really trying to wrap this up. We got a lot of energy. We got to go. We're in a good mood. We want to end on a high note.
Yep. So we'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Dummies.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Geico's been around for more than 75 years, back when they were using Morse code. Sorry, that's just my sense of humor. What's more, with Geico you get 24/7 access to licensed agents on the app, online, or over the phone, so you can talk to them at night or in the morning. So forevermore, just know that no other auto insurer has more than Geico. More power to you. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Why does getting to the airport have to be such a dilemma? Driving, parking, finagling a ride. Well, if you take Uber, it doesn't. It's easy. Just install the Uber app. Enter your destination, confirm your location, and within minutes, a car will pick you up. Whether you're catching the red eye or taking off at the crack of dawn, you can request a ride 24/7. So avoid the hassle. Install the Uber app now and take your first ride today. Uber, the better way to get there.